Morning everyone. Okay, so I did a thing and I accidentally deleted the last video that I made that was the latest update. So here we go again. I wanted to show you around the bus and we are currently sitting at almost a month now since we purchased it. A few more things have changed and I'll run you through everything that we have completed so far. I have come to the realization that I haven't done a video or any information in regards to the outside of the bus, to the undercarriage, to what we're going to be doing for electricity, what the engine is, any of that information. So I'm going to be doing a big video in regards to all of that once I have all that information, because I need to talk to hubby first and make sure I get it all right. So we'll go out to the bus and we'll have a look. At the beginning, the bus paint work was not very good, so we have removed all of the paint along the top panel on both sides of the bus. Not doing the bottom section, we are going to sand that back and then we're just going to repaint because that's not as bad as what the top section was. So that's the same on both sides of the bus. Back of the bus, give you a quick look. We had a lot of sticker residue from some previous stickers. And as you can see, it's all been taken off. Needs a good sand and then a paint. In my last video, I told you that we had issues with the door and that we were told that the door could not open the way that we wanted it to. And I have sourced several other opinions and we have found an engineer who said it is fine for us to have the door swinging like that so long as it is secured properly and that it is up to code, which it is. So Chris has added some bits and pieces into it to make sure that it's all secure and sturdy, and I'll do another video and get all the information in regards to how the door was made. We have this keypad as our lock, so we have a keypad lock, but it is also opened with cards and fobs. So this is one of the cards here, so you push the button, give it a bit of a push and it pops open. So that is the door now. Going up onto the roof. So last we spoke, I told you that we had some major leaking coming through the roof. Chris has patched up the major holes that we had, so they are all fixed now. And we were put onto this U-Butte material that you actually roll on like paint. And as it dries, it turns to a rubber and seals into any of the smaller cracking along the roof, which has made it a lot easier and a lot quicker for us to repair it, which is great. Going into the bus now, we got new seats. The ones that we had previously, they were all the wrong seats, so turns out that they were all left-hand seated and fitted, and it meant that we were going to have seats running down one side of the vehicle as opposed to having 2x2. They also didn't have seat belts, which meant we had to install seat belts onto the sides of the bus to be able to have both seats having seat belts, and we didn't want that. So we found these ones that have the seat belts already attached and they just need to be bolted into the floor and then onto the side of the bus, which makes it a lot quicker and a lot easier for us to do. We did have a bug problem. We were invaded by ants. They were living inside the roof, which was really frustrating. So we've bug bombed the place a couple of times now and surface sprayed everywhere, and so far they haven't come back. I'm just hoping that it stays that way, but time will tell. So I haven't really been into any details with anybody yet in regards to the kitchen, and that's mainly because we're still deciding on what we're going to do with that. We only have a very small area that we're sort of working with, like most buses, but a lot needs to go into that really tight space. So I will run through with you my rough ideas of what I was thinking. We are very fortunate enough to have a friend who does install kitchens as a living, and he's going to be helping us. We will get lots of different ideas from him and different ways to achieve more space with less. So I'll show you what the space is that we're working with again, and then a rough idea of our layout. So this here is the space that we'll be putting the kitchen into. It is opposite the bunks, so it is a small area. It is bigger than what it looks like in the photos, but it's still quite tight. So as you can see down the end, we do have plumbing that comes out from the back of the toilet. So a small cupboard will need to be put in here to hide all of that, which I'm hoping I'll be able to utilize that space for possibly some shelving up the top, and then putting in the vacuum cleaner and bits and pieces like that down the bottom. Moving on to a small cupboard beside that, that will have the pantry in it. Then you've got a fridge. One of my previous videos, I did show you that we have a bench top that is wood that we will be putting in, that we will be using as our bench top. We do have a 2-burner stove top that will need to go along here. We have a deep black sink that's also going in, and a washing machine as well, which will go in underneath. We do have these overhead speaker sections. So a lot of cabling is run through that, and I didn't think that we would be able to take that out, but I have heard otherwise. So I'm hoping we can remove that section and maybe have the wiring running just nicely along the side so that we can have overhead cupboards. Not too sure. Thoughts? Leave a comment, let me know. Yeah, so that's the kitchen space. Let me know what you think, throw me your ideas. The latest issue that we have come across is that we have a big crack in the windscreen. We had noticed that it has been spreading now as well, which is not ideal. We are now looking at getting that fixed. I did ring around and I am waiting on a quote now for a replacement, and I'm a little bit nervous about that one coming in because I feel like that's going to be quite a hefty cost. But I'll show you the crack, and yeah, as you can see, it kind of runs. Oh, there you go. That's quite large, it goes all the way down. So that's our latest issue, is getting that fixed and replaced so that we're one step closer to getting it on the road. So that's our latest issue. Well, that's it, people. We're all up to date now. We will be here this weekend, so hopefully the rain will stay away, and then next week I will have another update for you. Alright, talk to you then. Bye.